My name is Dr. Kristen Mallory, and I'm Vice President for Academic Affairs. On behalf of Wor-Wic Community College, I want to thank our esteemed guests, delegates, friends of the college, partners in the community, employees and students, and guest speakers for joining us this morning for the momentous occasion, the investiture of our third president, Dr. Deborah Casey. As we celebrate community, collaboration, and culture together. Knowing Dr. Casey personally and professionally, I know she would want you to celebrate with joy, laughter, and active engagement today. So please, have fun, she says. Feel free to celebrate and engage in the ceremony. Throughout our program, we will have speakers, poetry, music, and reflective video clips to inspire and acknowledge Wor-Wic Community College's commitment and inspiration in the celebration of our community. At this time, I would like to introduce Reverend Marilyn Searcy, pastor of Renovate Church in Del Mar, Maryland, to do the invocation.
Let us pray. Sovereign God, we acknowledge and we welcome your presence here today on this occasion. You are the one presiding over every activity under heaven. We thank you for guiding us into all truth and enabling us to see your hand at work through all that you have created. Today we give thanks for Wor-Wic Community College, for the students, faculty, staff, and leadership, and we celebrate the calling of Dr. Casey to the position of president. Just as you positioned the judge and prophetess Deborah in the Old Testament, you have positioned this Deborah for this moment. You have gifted her with charisma and leadership. We pray that you would fill her with your wisdom and understanding. We pray that you will give her strength needed for the mantle of responsibility entrusted to her. In the midst of the pomp and circumstance this morning, we pray that we will have reverence for you, God. And though we may be dressed in the regalia of our own human accomplishments, ultimately we pray that you will dress us in robes of humility and kindness and compassion, and overall we would put on love. In the name of the triune God, amen.
Good morning. My name is Ricky Thorne, president of Wor-Wic Community College Student Government Association. As a student, we are the heartbeat of this college today, and today, our voices are filled with hope and excitement under Dr. Deb's leadership. As students, we know she wants every student to thrive academically, socially, and personally. And we see how much she engaged on our behalf. She is truly a Wor-Wic Dolphin. At this time, I would like to introduce Chair of the Wor-Wic Community College Board of Trustees, Mr. Morgan Hazel.
Good morning, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, students, and friends of Wor-Wic Community College. Today is a momentous day in our history. It is with great honor and immense pride that I stand before you as Chair of the Board of Trustees to formally welcome and invest our third president, Dr. Deborah Casey. Wor-Wic has come a long way since its founding, from its humble beginnings to the vibrant center of learning it is today. Our college has been a place where dreams take flight, where lives are transformed, and where the future is forged. This investiture is not merely a ceremonial event. It's a celebration of continuity, progress, and the bright future of Wor-Wic. Today, we acknowledge the achievements of our past, the strength of our present, and the boundless possibilities of our future under the leadership of Dr. Casey. Wor-Wic Community College has a history of excellence in education, built by visionary leaders, dedicated faculty and staff, and a community that believes in the transformative power of education. Our first president, Dr. Maynard, laid the groundwork, and our second president, Dr. Hoy, built upon that foundation with resilience and innovation. Today, we entrust that legacy to our new leader, Dr. Casey, to lead us forward into the future. Many of you have shared your excitement about Dr. Casey after meeting and working with her over the past year, and we couldn't agree more. Dr. Casey comes to us with an exceptional record of leadership, a profound commitment to student access and success, and a deep understanding of the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. She has demonstrated an unwavering dedication to the principles of access, community, learning, equity, innovation, integrity, and academic excellence, values that are at the heart of our mission. As we invest President Casey, we do so with the utmost confidence in your ability to lead this college into the next chapter. We believe in your vision, your passion, and your ability to inspire and empower those around you. The Board of Trustees, along with the entire college community, stands ready to support you in this journey. Thank you for joining in the celebration of Dr. Casey. Before we proceed, I'd like to take a moment to recognize and welcome those gathered this morning in honor of this joyous event. Members of our community, please stand as I recognize you. Wor-Wic Community College Board of Trustees, go ahead and stand up if you are here throughout. Wor-Wic Community College Foundation Board. Maryland's Higher Education Commission Secretary of Education, Dr. Sanjay Rai. All of our elected officials that are here today. Former President Dr. Ray Hoy and past executive team members. Dr. Casey's executive team, leadership team. Our Wor-Wic Community College faculty and staff. Wor-Wic students and alumni, representatives from other colleges and higher education partners, our Wor-Wic partners within our business and industry sector, school district leaders, community organizations, and generous supporters, national and state association CEOs, presidents, and executive team members, and Dr. Casey's family and friends. You can be seated. Thank you. Thank you for being here today to witness and participate in this truly historic event at Wor-Wic Community College.
I am pleased to be here. I am Heidi Anderson, the 16th president of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. And I love Wor-Wic Community College because, number one, it's brought us the new president, Deb Casey. And Deb, it's a pleasure for me to be able to bring greetings to you from our faculty and our staff and our students. The reason I love Wor-Wic is because, one, we have a partnership with them. And I've already found in President Casey a new friendship as well. Our partnership, however, allows students from Wor-Wic Community College to become students here at our university, the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. And they can do that seamlessly without having to reapply, without having to worry about whether their courses transfer or not, because we have worked out all of those details. And what I really love is President Casey and I, we had an opportunity to sit down together and hammer out the details of the memorandum that connects both of our institutions. And the last reason I really love Wor-Wic Community College is I got to play golf with President Casey, and she's pretty good over there on the courses as well. So again, congratulations on joining the Eastern Shore, and welcome to our community.
I love Wor-Wic because they treat me like family. It's been nothing but love since day one. There's so much inspiration here, and I just love it. It's like a family.
I love Wor-Wic because I was given a very good opportunity to start a career that I've always wanted to do, and it's also grant funded, and I'm very blessed to have this chance.
Well, I love Wor-Wic because we have such a great support staff here, and without them it would be very difficult to be an instructor here. So great support staff, nice people, things get done when you need it to, and couldn't ask for anything better than that.
I love Wor-Wic because they help you every step of the way. Good morning. This won't work. We are inaugurating Dr. Casey, so we have to match her energy, right? Good morning. My name is Sanjay Rai, and I proudly serve as Secretary of Maryland Higher Education Commission. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to be here with all of you for this auspicious occasion. I bring greetings on behalf of our Governor Wes Moore and Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller. I would like to recognize the Board of Trustees under the leadership of Chair Morgan Hazel for your consistent support of Wor-Wic Community College, and most importantly, for selecting Dr. Deborah Casey to lead this institution of higher learning into the future. I want to thank the faculty and staff for their hard work and dedication in enhancing the lives of more than 7,000 students who attend Wor-Wic. Today, it is my esteemed pleasure to congratulate Dr. Casey on her appointment as the third president of Wor-Wic Community College. She brings with her 25 years of experience in higher education, having worked in various administrative positions and teaching roles. Maryland's community colleges have long played a key role in transforming the communities that they serve and the state as a whole. Recently, a ranking ranked Maryland Community College in the top 10, in fact, in the 10th place among 1,000 community colleges nationally. I'm a mathematician, and as Secretary of Higher Education, I think when they ranked us 10th, the other 0 was not needed. During its nearly 50 years of history, Wor-Wic has worked to respond to community growth and educational needs by creating new opportunities for its students and strengthening the existing ones. This is something that undoubtedly will only get better with Dr. Casey at the helm, as I know she will continue to build upon the history of this institution and develop new and innovative programs and services that will move Wor-Wic forward. Under Dr. Casey's leadership, this Wor-Wic is building momentum and embracing the motto, students first, excellence always. That means the administration prioritizes the needs, well-being, and success of its students before anything else. Likewise, the campus is excellence-driven, reflecting a high standard of performance and achievement from its students, faculty, and staff. In fact, much of Dr. Casey's work is centered around the 3 themes that emerged during her first 150 days at Wor-Wic. Sharing Wor-Wic's one college model by clarifying how non-credit programs and degree programs align, Wor-Wic can ensure a more consistent educational experience for students. A student from non-credit program should be able to move to credit program, and students from credit program should also benefit from excellent offerings from the non-credit program. Second, focusing on student success and belonging. The administration continues to work to examine how student satisfaction and a sense of belonging impacts retention and completion. Third, strengthening community value proposition. It is important to create accessible and affordable programs that lead directly to job attainment and fuel the economic success of students and communities. Still, as presidents, these 3 goals that Dr. Casey has set forward, as we move forward, they may face barriers. So that's where our support to Dr. Casey, his leadership team, and faculty and his staff will be essential. Our work and our support only begins today. It doesn't stop today. And speaking of opportunities for growth, the Maryland Higher Education Commission is in the process of developing 2030 goals that build upon 2025 completion goals established in the College Readiness and Completeness Acts of 2013. These goals will address the needs of Maryland residents. They include reduction and elimination of equity gaps, students attaining meaningful credentials that allow them to earn a living wage and have economic mobility. And research goal, where investment in research and development turn into products that create new jobs and expand our state's economy. Dr. Cassie's leadership will be helpful as we strive towards these goals. And with the support of the school and surrounding community, we can ensure that students have access to higher education, success during their educational journeys, and success post-completion. We expect to see Wor-Wic graduates who contribute to society in many fields. We expect them to the teaching future leaders, creating life-saving drugs, providing mental health services, developing alternate energy solutions, protecting our environment, building bridges, roads, and other infrastructure, and many, many more things. Anything is possible. In closing, let's follow the Moore-Miller administration's lead with our commitment to establish and maintain transformative partnerships that will build pathways to work, wages, and wealth, while creating an inclusive higher education ecosystem that provides meaningful and affordable access to higher education for all. We know that education has the potential to bring a transformational impact to the lives of students, their families, and the communities in which they live and work. Dr. Casey, congratulations on this wonderful achievement. I will do everything in my power to ensure your continued success and the sustainability of this wonderful institution. Thank you again for affording me the opportunity to celebrate with all of you. Thank you.
On behalf of the state of Maryland, Wor-Wic Community College Legislative Delegation, Senator Mary Beth Carrozza, Wacomico, Somerset, and Worcester counties.
Good morning, Wor-Wic Community College family. Let's hear it. Woo! I am humbled to be part of this community celebration as we gather together for the inauguration of Wor-Wic Community College President Dr. Dev Casey. And I thank God for this special Wor-Wic Community Day. This occasion is especially meaningful as I represent Worcester, Wacomico, and Somerset counties in the Maryland State Senate. And I have long valued the tremendous asset that Wor-Wic Community College has been to advancing our sure way of life. Today, we are shining a bright light on all the good that Wor-Wic Community College delivers to our shore community every day, with a total focus on preparing and developing a world-class workforce and keeping our talent right here on the shore. From my first introduction to Dr. Casey, I recognized a leader who understands and embodies the vision and mission of Wor-Wic Community College. It's a mission focused on delivering a high quality and affordable education and professional training for the purpose of building and strengthening our local workforce, economy, and improving our very quality of life here on the shore, which is the best in Maryland. I also recognized a leader in Dr. Casey who knows the key to carrying out the mission is all about people, pulling everybody in, students, faculty, staff, government officials, business and community partners, and more. Wor-Wic Community College has always been about the people. Think of all the skilled Wor-Wic students and graduates in our community today, the core fabric, our nurses, our counselors, our law enforcement, EMS, truck drivers, construction, high tech, and so much more, the very core of our foundation right here, coming out of Wor-Wic Community College. From one of our first meetings, I recall that Dr. Casey already had a deep and true appreciation of all the hard work over the years under the leadership of her predecessor, Dr. Ray Hoy, that went into building a first-class community college which consistently and successfully has anticipated and met the needs of students, employers, and the general public. Today, Dr. Deb Casey is the leader who will take Wor-Wic Community College to the next level of excellence. And after watching her in action and seeing her strong connections to all, especially students, there are endless opportunities for Wor-Wic Community College to reach, educate, and prepare our future shore workforce. Her exuberance draws you in, and her endless energy in leading and cheering on Wor-Wic is a winning combination. I especially was impressed this past legislative session when Dr. Casey joined a group of Wor-Wic students who traveled to Annapolis to advocate for fair funding and to restore budget cuts to Wor-Wic and all of Maryland's community colleges. Students from all over Maryland came to the State House during that day of advocacy, but hands down, our Wor-Wic students were the best prepared and most enthusiastic of all. And Dr. Deb Casey was right there with them, cheering them on and knowing, she knew, no one could tell the story better than the students. In closing, our sixth President of the United States, John Quincy Adams, once said, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader." Dr. Deb Casey, as the third president of Wor-Wic Community College, you are our Wor-Wic leader. We gather as a community to congratulate you, to publicly thank you for your leadership, and to celebrate all of Wor-Wic as we ride the wave of the future together. And in true Dr. Casey fashion, go Fins! Go Fins!
Thank you so much. Mr. John T. Cannon, President, Wacomico County Council.
Thank you so much. Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. On behalf of Wacomico County Council and the 107 citizens of Wacomico County, it is nice to be here on such a momentous occasion. I'd like to thank President Casey and the Board of Trustees for the privilege to be here. Sorry about that. To be here today with each and every one of you. It is indeed an honor. And how exciting for us to be so fortunate to have this opportunity to share in the inauguration, or rather, finauguration, yes, of our new president and our new leader for Wor-Wic Community College. An inauguration, of course, by definition, because I looked it up, is when you formally admit someone to public office. That's it, you admit them to public office. But this is much more than an inauguration for us. It's also an opportunity for a warm welcoming for our new president. And if you've already met Dr. Deborah Casey, you have to be as excited as I am in welcoming her to her new role as the head of one of our greatest institutions, Wor-Wic Community College. Thank you. There we go. I may have lost a degree, I'm not sure. And there's still more to consider in welcoming Dr. Casey. We also have to take this opportunity to thank her as well for accepting this new role as president. Now, I'd be remiss if I also didn't take this time to thank co-chairs Kim Gillis and Marty Neat, who are on the stage with us today, as well as the Board of Trustees Search Committee and Gold Hill Associates for their hard work and their exemplary judgment in making the perfect choice for us all. I say this because, yes, very good. I say this because we knew at the time that we had a gargantuan task in finding the perfect leader and the perfect role model, to continue to build upon the great legacy of our former presidents, Dr. Arnold Maynard and Dr. Ray Hoy. So we're very thankful for the committee, and even more so to Dr. Casey for having taken that leap of faith on her part to travel across the country to accept this distinguished position, and in doing so, to accept our community as her own. Here now to help us, to help me and each and every one of you in taking Wor-Wic Community College to a whole new level, to take our children, our families, and our businesses to a whole new level, which in turn takes our community, our county, and the entire Eastern Shore, if not the state of Maryland, to a whole new level. Thank you. And if any of you have been paying any attention whatsoever over the past few months, you couldn't help but notice how Dr. Casey has already generated a whirlwind of excitement. And we couldn't be happier. Some might even say this all seems quite fantastic. My choice was phenomenal. And I assure you I'm almost finished. I know I'm as excited, and I know I'm very, very, very excited. I know our new president is excited, and I know each and every one of you are more than excited to joining me in saying it is truly a pleasure to admit, to welcome, and to thank our soon-to-be inaugurated, or rather, finaugurated president, Dr. Deborah Casey. Thank you very much.
Ms. Julie M. Giordano, Wacomico County Executive.
Thank you. All right, it's been a little bit since I got to wear this. The last one was high school graduation, so very excited. So I am so excited to be here. First and foremost, I wanted to let everybody know the first thing I did when I sat down, I secretly got my phone out and said, turn up the air conditioner right now.
Thank you.
Yes, so I see the fans have stopped, so it looks like we've cooled off a little bit. So good morning, everyone. It is my great honor to stand before you today as we celebrate the inauguration of Dr. Deb Casey as the new president of Wor-Wic Community College. Today is a significant moment, not just for this institution, but for the entire Wacomico County community. Wor-Wic is more than just a community college. It is a pillar of opportunity, a place where students of all ages and backgrounds come to transform their lives and shape their future. Under Dr. Casey's leadership, I know that this institution will continue to thrive, creating pathways for success and further strengthening the bond between the college and the county. And I have 2 stories to share with you. The first story I heard of Deb Casey, we were celebrating Dr. Hoy, and he said, and this will always stick with me, when she came to visit and we took her on the college tour, the first thing she said is, "Let me change my shoes." And since then, every day I check Deb Casey's shoes. Every day. Yesterday, yeah, you're sparkly today, but yesterday I was in heels and we were standing here practicing and I looked over and she is in the cutest pink dress and I was so jealous because she was in her Chucks. And I've seen her show up to events, and she even has Wor-Wic Vans. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. And Deb is the person she's the only person I think that can pull it off. So super jealous of that. The other story that I wanted to share with you is Wor-Wic does a graduation for GED students. I had no idea, and I was invited to this event. And all these events we go to, they always have an elected official table. You know, they put us off, you know, right in the front to the side. And typically, the person in charge, or Deb in this case, would sit with us, right? So we have a seat, she's supposed to come up next to me, and she comes running over to me, and she says, "Listen, I'm not gonna sit with you." And we kind of paused, like, all right. She said, "There are students here that don't have anybody here to celebrate them, and I'm gonna go sit with them." Yeah. And that right there is why Deb Casey was the perfect choice. Because no matter who is in the room, it is all about her students. It is all about Wor-Wic. And that right there showed she was there as their cheerleader, and that is exactly where she needed to be. So thank you for that lesson. So to wrap things up, mine was a little shorter. Dr. Casey's deep commitment to education and her vision for the future of Wor-Wic inspire confidence that together we will face new challenges and seize new opportunities. Her leadership marks the beginning of an exciting new chapter, and I look forward to working alongside her to support the growth of this institution and the success of this community. Dr. Casey, congratulations on this well-deserved position. We are excited to see where your vision and passion will take Wor-Wic, and we are here to support every step of the way. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Simply beautiful. Thank you so much. Mr. Chip Bertino, President, Worcester County Commissioners.
I'd like to know who let that man right there in, you, right there. He never seems to go away. Dr. Casey, Mr. Secretary, Senator Carrozza, Executive Giordano, President Cannon, Dr. Hoy, trustees, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Have I forgotten anybody? Good morning. This investiture, only the third in Wor-Wic's nearly 50-year history, is an opportunity to reflect on the rich legacy of those who came before, and a time to turn full-faced and clear-eyed toward a community college future ever evolving to meet the needs of student expectations. This observance has brought together students, parents, professionals, and scholars who have rearranged their responsibilities and obligations to gather for this key moment in Wor-Wic's history. Today, we celebrate and make known to all who value the contributions of this institution that Dr. Deborah Casey has been entrusted with the faith and goodwill of this community to lead this college and all those who find motivation within its walls toward a horizon of ever greater promise. Dr. Casey, the work you do is most important in a most important time in the lives of students and the enduring heritage of this college. You understand that the labors of a college president are complex, overlapping, and sometimes lonely, even though you are the first to extol the efforts of your team and rely on their counsel. During your short tenure, it is clear that your spirited approach to this worthy calling will engage the future with clarity of purpose and tenacity for achievement. While you converse in multiple disciplines, budgeting and finance, public relations and fundraising, construction and curriculum, legislation and human resources, your voice resonates with humility, creativity, and charity. The essence of who you are as a person, as a professional, makes better this institution and fulfills its mission to shine a light of understanding upon the lives of many thousands of individuals seeking more for themselves, their families, and our community. This ceremony signifies the confidence placed in you by the Board of Trustees, and as well, it commemorates your commitment to Wor-Wic as the responsibilities of this institution settle upon your shoulders. The world we live in can often be cynical and jaded, which reaffirms education as the most productive path for students to develop their intellectual abilities and prepare for the challenges of life and career. In a letter written 3 centuries ago by Abigail Adams to her son John Quincy, she counseled, quote, "The habits of a vigorous mind are formed in contending with difficulties," end quote. Well, learning is difficult, life is difficult, but education forges individual character by animating the mind and engaging the spirit with passion and fervor. It can be a slow journey and a gradual pursuit requiring perseverance, motivation, and yes, even setback. Yet it is this path, trying and difficult as it may be, that creates, fortifies, and sustains a vigorous mind. Dr. Casey, the decisions you make reverberate far beyond the confines of the Wor-Wic campus. Your efforts have and will elevate the lives of students who cross the threshold of this temple of learning and who will eventually cross the stage of graduation to pursue opportunity and realize their dreams. This institution, its faculty and administrators impart to students resolve, competence, and courage through critical thinking that accentuates excellence. You now lead this effort. Those in this room and the many who are not are confident of your success now and in the future. So on behalf of the 53,000 residents of Worcester County, good luck. And to sum up in a Worcester County way, don't screw it up. Congratulations.
I promise I'll do my best.
Okay.
I love Wor-Wic because as neighbors in this wonderful community, Salisbury University and Wor-Wic share the values of diversity, accessibility, innovation, and excellence. That makes our partnership truly special. It's no surprise that so many dolphins find their way to become seagulls. The work we're doing together is making a significant impact, and we at SU are eager to see what the future holds. Here's to our continued partnership and a journey ahead filled with progress and excellence. President Casey, on behalf of Salisbury University, I want to extend our heartfelt congratulations on your inauguration.
I love Wor-Wic because I'm actually going to school here as a student as well as doing the welding course.
I love Wor-Wic because of the great instructors.
I love Wor-Wic because of this incredible opportunity it has afforded me.
I love Wor-Wic because it is a place where everyone has an opportunity. We have a ton of support services for all of our students, and it's a great opportunity to learn and grow.
I love working at Wor-Wic because of the enthusiasm among the faculty and staff. It's always great to see people who are as interested in promoting student success as I am. Go Fins!
I love Wor-Wic because there's many opportunities here to do whatever you need to do.
I love Wor-Wic because of its affordability, because students can come here and spend a whole lot less money and get a lot of their credits out of the way. And then I also love it for its transferability, because they can take all of the credits that they got here at a much lower rate, and then they can transfer those to another four-year institution. So I love the affordability and I love the transferability.
I love Wor-Wic because it is not just a community college, it is a community and a college in one.
I love Wor-Wic because it gave me a new opportunity.
I love Wor-Wic because of the VUB and all they do to help the veteran.
I love Wor-Wic because Wor-Wic is committed to our community and our local employers. Go Finns!
On behalf of Wor-Wic Community College, Dr. Ray Hoy, President Emeritus, Wor-Wic Community College.
Well, good morning. I'm delighted to be here on this exciting occasion, celebrating the inauguration of Dr. Deborah Casey as the third president of Wor-Wic Community College. I have to admit, I was as surprised as Chip was, and probably many of you are, by the invitation to speak. And although I had every intention of being here to witness this celebration, I didn't expect to have any role other than sitting back and taking it all in. I did my part. I retired. But Deb insisted, and as many of you have already learned, with all of her passion and energy, she can be very, very persuasive. So here I am, again. And as I considered what to say today, I thought that it would be appropriate to speak about Wor-Wic's history. This is a major event in the history of the college, and I've always felt that knowing and understanding the past is important as you begin to chart the future. And I'm not going to recount the history that you have in your program that's printed there. I'm going to supplement it to provide some context to some of the decisions that were made over time. 50 years ago, Dr. Arnold Maynor, a consultant hired by the Maryland Department of Education, joined community leaders from Wicomico and Worcester County in an initiative spearheaded by the Greater Salisbury Committee, where they were in the midst of an assessment to determine if the Lower Shore needed a community college. There were detractors who believed that with two public four-year colleges with open admissions at that time already serving this region, why should county tax dollars be spent to support a third institution? Also around this same time, there were two commissions established by the state to assess duplication of educational programming and even staffing that the state was paying for at Salisbury State College, then its name, and the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. And the underlying question was, should those institutions consolidate? Now, that was a question that wasn't seriously addressed in the final reports, and for perhaps obvious reasons. But duplication of academic programming was addressed. So even with all of those issues swirling in the background, there was enough interest and enthusiasm to make Wor-Wic a reality. And Dr. Maynor was selected as its first president. But when the college began, Wor-Wic's mission wasn't as comprehensive as it is today. First, the college was to be a technical community college, somewhat downplaying its potential role in the as a transfer institution, to ensure that it wouldn't compete with Salisbury and the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. And it wouldn't have a campus. Clearly a cost-effectiveness measure to mollify those who had concerns about the financial constraints. So for its first 19 years, Wor-Wic Tech was a college without walls. Although there were walls in spaces that were rented, leased all over the community, including in the public schools, in churches, strip shopping centers, the old Salisbury Mall, even the state hospital in Cambridge, which is currently the site of the Hyatt. What a great classroom space that was for nursing. And there were many other locations. Arrangements were made with Salisbury University and the University of Maryland Eastern Shore to provide library services to Wor-Wic students. To this day, the college doesn't have a traditional library building. But because of that, Wor-Wic became a leader in the virtual library technology development, while it took many other institutions much longer to adapt to that change. By the early 90s, the Board of Trustees made the decision, supported by Wicomico and Worcester County government, to plan and construct a campus, And the Route 50 Walston Switch Road location was selected, and the original buildings opened up in 1994. Along with that new campus came a new name, Wor-Wic Community College. And this name reflects the transition of the college to a comprehensive community college. The transfer mission of the college had evolved and had become a core component of the academic program, offering the first 2 years of the traditional baccalaureate program, along with the existing career and technical degrees and certificates, and a robust continuing education and workforce training program with short-term training to address needs of regional businesses and industries. Off-site lease space was still needed for a while, and the nursing program stayed in Cambridge until 1999 when Henson Hall opened, and the Eastern Shore Criminal Justice Academy moved to campus in 2001 when Guerreri Hall opened. Over time, new programs were developed and additional buildings were added to support the growing higher education, economic development, and workforce needs of the citizens and businesses of the Lower Shore. Wor-Wic Community College has changed lives of so many residents in this region. And the impact isn't isolated to those who were trained and educated through the college. The impact's on the entire community. Almost everyone in the community has benefited in some way, has been touched in some way from the trained workforce that Wor-Wic provides, from healthcare to public safety and everything in between. I wish I had time to list them all. But what I've just briefly shared with you is a story of success, but it's also a story of change, a story of an institution that grew and developed, meeting the changing needs of the community, and in doing so, strengthened the community itself and improved lives. Like Thanos, change is inevitable. Yes, I just made a Marvel Avengers reference. But change is inevitable. Not everybody likes change, but it happens almost daily. Some change is thrust upon us, and we need to react, such as we did with the pandemic. I mean, consider all the changes that occurred in response to the pandemic, many of which have stayed with us. Other reactionary change is a consequence of occurrences like economic recessions and revolutionary technological changes. I remember a time without a single computer on a college campus. Then came the internet, handheld devices, cell phones, tablets, laptops. All these technological changes went from non-existent to ubiquitous in just a very short period of time. We obviously had to change to adapt, and we did. And now you're dealing with artificial intelligence. I wrote good luck, but I'm going to say you'll figure it out. But whether it's a shocking, disorienting event, or an innovation that triggers change, or it's deliberate, planned change, in order to be successful, we need everybody to participate. Some change can be managed, and that can be far more satisfying because you can develop a plan, you can establish your goals, monitor your progress toward the attainment of those stated goals, making adjustments as appropriate along the way. Please, please, please understand this. My colleague presidents, I apologize for letting the cat out of the bag. There's very little a president accomplishes by themselves, perhaps other than driving themselves to work in the morning. Progress is achieved through people working together toward a common goal in support of the mission of the institution. And during my tenure, I witnessed how incredibly the faculty and staff, with support of the board, the counties, the foundation, and the business community, were able to come together, pivot, and grow and change this institution to support the needs of our constituents, the students, and the community. You all came here today to support Dr. Casey and Wor-Wic. Don't stop now. You're needed. Show your support by stepping up and playing an essential role in the success of your community college. It's an exciting time, and honestly, I feel very fortunate to be around to see this continued growth of this most significant and vital community asset. My congratulations to Dr. Casey. Deb, I wish you all the best and continued success as you lead this very, very, very special institution into the future. And to Wor-Wic, you'll always be in my heart and my thoughts. Thank you.